Y'all, with this new set to be coming out, Celestial Gardens, there is just nothing more exciting than talking about the new cards, especially the EXs and trainers, and just really start thinking about the combos. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. What up, y'all? It's your boy Ben here, and we're going to dive in not into deck building, but just kind of like what Pokemon will pair well with these new Pokemon that we're getting, so that we can just start getting that ball rolling and start thinking about it, because quite frankly, some of these new cards definitely feel way too good already, and some of these Pokemon that we partner them up with will definitely make them shine. By all means, for every single Pokemon that we go through, let me know what do you think is the best Pokemon pocket. You know, I'm gonna hit the replay for that again, but let me know what you think is the best Pokemon pair for each of these cards. All right, y'all. As a quick note, we're hitting 10,000 subscribers by June. We're gonna make that happen, and with your help, all you gotta do is hit that like and subscribe button, so that way we can make that dream come true. All right, y'all, that's out the way. Let's go ahead and dive right on in, and we're gonna first look at Solgaleo EX, and with this, we turn it to here, and bam, Solgaleo EX. 180 HP, 2 energy attacker, Rising Road once during your ability, Rising Road once during your turn. If this Pokemon is on your bench, you may switch it with your active Pokemon. So this is a stage 2 mon, with obviously with the introduction of a rare candy in these games as well. It's going to be pretty sweet of being able to build this up. You're thinking, you know, baseline may now be that, like, with stage 2s, you're running 2 basics, 1 stage 1, and 2 stage 2, just to ensure that you're getting there quickly, because you're running 2 rare candies in that sense. But what's really dope about this is that it really doesn't matter what your lead is, whether you're looking for your stage 1 or like putting your pieces together, because once you're here for the ability, you are able to switch right into it. That's a free leaf, a free retreat, and what better Pokemon to pair with this, especially being a stage 2. You need time to stall while you're getting your stage 2 together, than with Drud. Right? Having Dread paired up with Solgaleo means that you're getting your pieces together, and then once this is like up there, they're taking 20 damage each time that they're attacking this thing. You have 2 Dreads online, so that way even if they Sabrina you put the second Dread up there, and like that doesn't really bother you at all. And so once this is ready to go, you're now attacking up for 120, and that just feels really good, really good. And I like that flow right then and there. So let's go ahead and take a look at another new EX one. We have Lunala here. I definitely probably said the name wrong, but you know what? I try my best. So we have a once during your turn, for its ability, Psychic Connect, you may move all of the psychic energy from one of your bench psychic Pokemon to your active Pokemon. This is going to be like a 2-piece combo here that I think is going to work out really well and really fun, right? But what's one of the really cool things to think about again with this ability is that you're taking it from a bench psychic Pokemon and their psychic energy that they have, and then moving it to your active Pokemon. They clarified that this is psychic. They did not specify which energy that or which type of Pokemon it needs to be, so it can be for any Pokemon that's there. So what works best as your generator? You have Giratina. You can pile on your psychic energy, as well as generate it with its ability, Broken Space Bellow, and then you get to go from there. You can leaf it out, keep the energy on there, and then bring in your Mewtwo, put all the energy up on Mewtwo, start attacking your gravy. And so, like, that's pretty sick in that case, being able to attack early with Giratina. You can leaf out and then put the energy back on Mewtwo to get that 150 or 170 if you need it with red. And what's really sweet here is that with Lunala, you only have a 1 retreat cost. So in case they Sabrina you up and you have to go into Lunala here, you can X-speed, you could leave, or you could just put an energy and then a retreat out, and then you're good from there. So I really like that aspect of it as well too. And so up next we have Alolan Raichu and we have Rayquaza. So these two mons also benefit from just kind of like that two-piece combo that we had there with Lunala and with Giratina, but that's just like a lot of different pieces that like you don't really need to. However, they're both colorless energy, so you can also throw, I mean, I think the things to think about here is Manaphy. Both of these are this is a basic, Rayquaza is a basic, and Alolan Raichu EX is a stage 1, so it does not benefit from neither of them are a grass type, so you don't get the plus 50 here. You don't get the plus 60 from Lily because Lily only impacts stage 2 Pokemon. And so then you have 60, you have 50, and then your next bet here is 40 for healing. And being able to have that water energy from Manaphy means that they get the third now highest healing trainer in the game with that Irida, so that's really fun and dandy. And then you can kind of throw in Dialga. I think Dialga does really well for Rayquaza, and Manaphy I would say is more so for Alolan Raichu, just because that extra energy difference is key here. You do get to build up Raichu really fast with just like one build up with the Metallic Turbo, but also having a Manaphy ramping that up pretty quickly as well. Rayquaza here is really strong, and it being another basic really fits into that Arceus, Dialga, and Mew. Maybe Mew is now Rayquaza and replacing it that way. Mew sometimes can have a great attack when you're going up against opposing Giratinas or opposing Charizards, like are really strong and impactful here. But this, knowing that you can do 160 damage to the board, also, I mean, like, can bode really well for you. Putting a single Metallic Turbo and then powering it up from there kind of works out really well. So I like the flow of that. Let me again know, and down in the comment section below, what do you think works best for it? Are you team Dialga or are you team Manaphy when it comes to Rayquaza and Alolan Raichu? And so the party keeps going. We're actually going to take a look at a couple of trainers now that are going to like work really well in this new set here. We have Ilima. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. But it says put one of your colorless energy or colorless Pokemon that has damage on it into your hand. So when thinking of all of the Pokemon that's there, I think you want to, I think I want to take advantage of basic Pokemon, right? Because that just means we get to attack early on. If you are looking to attack like even quicker, then having like a fully evolved just stage 1 lines are pretty good, right? Like this is treating Ilma is sort of like it's bounce, right? Like so Koga with Weezing, and Weezing is a stage 1. So when you have the stage 1 go away, you put up the basic and then you evolve that following next turn. Now, cards, when we think of that, actually, like now that we say it, well, I like that. I think there's like some stage 1s that could do really well with that attack for 1 energy. Dodrio comes to mind, has a free retreat cost, attacks for 40, which is like pretty sweet, but like that's really about it. I think folks also look at this as like, let me put up Snorlax, because Snorlax is a wall, and before I give up any, like we have the 100 Snorlax, 140 HP Snorlax, that can do 100 damage. It's not 140 HP. Yes, it is. And then you have the 150 that can go up to 170 with a giant cape here. But I think that also just might be a little too slow. That may just be a little too slow. Like obviously at this point, you're only using it for a wall. So I think the happy medium here is looking at something like Kangaskhan. I think Kangaskhan can really make it back here. I like Kangaskhan a lot. It allows you to have a wall, 100 HP, still fairly good for a basic non-EX. For 1 energy, you can be attacking upwards of 60. You're not requiring an energy investment when it comes to its attack, like some of these other basic mons do with 3 or 4 energy. When you bounce it back and you put it back out on the field, you can get it going right away. And I think that quick and a low investment in terms of energy for attacking is really, really strong here. If you're going to be on the defensive side, I think Snorlax is definitely your way to go with this trainer card. But like I like the offense. I like putting your opponent on pressure while you're still trying to build up. And so having to go through Kangaskhan, like having to go through 80 HP, bounce it, and have it go through another 80 HP feels really, really good. And then the last trainer that I want to talk through is a Lily here. Obviously healing 60 damage from one of your stage 2 Pokemon. And here is really cool because you can also say like, Ben, like what do you like? Of course you're just gonna pair this up with any stage 2 Pokemon, and that's true, right? Like every Pokemon is gonna get damaged, and so like that is key. But I think bigger picture here is like, who needs it more? Which stage 2 need it more so that way they can actually do more for being on the board? So when I think of that, then my ideas first one that I thought that like was maybe crazy was Torterra. Okay, like you get to hit for 150. You have four energy. You get to hit for 150. You get to heal up. And then you get to then like while you're like taking an attack, you heal that turn, and then you get to attack again. Maybe it makes Torterra like okay, like again, I might just be, you know, full cope, but like maybe that works out well for it. But a really good pairing would be Golem here. So this double edge now becomes free that following turn. 160, you attack for 150, they do damage, and then this does 50 to yourself, so you're now at 110. Your opponent does damage to you, but now you just get to attack, you get to heal up for 60. So like it's very negligible, like you never did that, you recover that damage that you did to yourself, and then you get to attack again. So like where it's doing damage to itself, like I feel like that's a really, really nice piece here. And so for thinking about mods that do damage to themselves, stage 2, Rampardos is probably the best one that you'll be able to run into because you get to keep it alive. You don't lose health if you don't knock out a Pokemon. And what do? You do 50 to yourself, but then you get to heal back to 60 on top of whatever they like your opponent attacks you for. And I really do feel like probably Rampardos will benefit the most. Obviously all stage 2 Pokemon will, but I really, really do like the Rampardos feel for this. But yeah, y'all, I think there are obviously a whole new set of cards, right? Like we have all of these, and as when we get more and more information of like what some of these newer cards look like, we can start to think about how they all play out with different Pokemon as well too. But I'm excited. I think finding different play lines, finding different combos, making things work is just all the fun part. When new cards come out, like I like, this is the content that we thrive for, right? So as always, y'all, and go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, especially if you've already made it through this. And if you have, that means hope that you enjoy it. And it's like, comment down below just so that way I know that you're here. Are you a pancake person or are you a French toast person? Let me know down below. Until the next one, y'all. Peace.